Hey everyone, welcome back to FTB Infinity Evolved. And well, since last episode, been moving some stuff around the temporary base here, just kind of trying to set things up a little bit more efficiently. I've decided to go ahead and move our laser setup downstairs where our smeltery used to be. This is just one of the small changes I've made since last episode, working on possibly getting this whole thing set up with logistics pipe. So we have a satellite logistics pipe here, which is set up to a specific number, kind of like how we set them up before. So this is one's set up to 10 currently, so that way it tells when I want to craft, say for instance, a redstone or iron chipset here, it'll send the necessary items right here, and then pretty much in this one there's just a extractor MK3 module, so that way when it's automatically outputted to the chest here, it just zooms it right along. So we do have this set up to our actual logistic pipe system. I have some other pipes ready to go as well, hopefully to set up some more automated stuff very soon. And you'll notice I got a nice, not so beautiful redstone energy flux duct just right there in the middle of the room. That's to come downstairs here and power everything that needs powering down here. Currently I just have it set up like so. HV capacitor with the electrum wires to the rock crusher to our fluid transposer. And I do want to set up a system to where we can just automatically send some coal here, and then that way we can just get automatic coal coke, and we'll just have a whole ton of creosote, which we kind of already do. So, and I've actually been using it, which is the other crazy thing. So I do want to do a little bit more work in this room soon, but I've actually been doing something else since last episode. I have indeed begun work, come on, go up, on the airship. And yes, Fred, I heard you. No hugs today. I have been doing quite a bit of work getting this guy going up to my liking thus far. So we got some chiseled bricks going, and well, this is gonna be the deck. It's pretty nice. One of the things that I found out that I really like is that, well, I didn't know this, but the treated wood planks from immersive engineering, mobs cannot spawn on it, which is really cool. It's also the same with the hempcrete and the concrete from immersive engineering as well. So really cool stuff. Check it out. This is going to be like the lower level, and there's actually going to be another level below this. It's not going to just be completely flat on the bottom here. We're actually going to have another smaller area underneath here that'll kind of, I want to say, round off, maybe. I'm going to try to figure something out. And it's also not going to be all of this on the bottom either. I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit, and this may not be like that on the outside either, so not sure. Still doing some work on it, but you can see we have a very large area to mess around with, and this is going to be awesome, guys. I cannot wait. In fact, I believe probably very soon, and I say very soon, we're going to be starting work up here, getting some machines. And when we actually move up here, the plan is to kind of start over in a sense with what infrastructure we currently have and use it to progress to a different infrastructure. So it's kind of along the lines of our progression through the hard mode version here, Evolved. So currently, we have all the industrial craft 2 machines, and we're pretty well set on thermal expansion machines. But in order to actually get to, well, we'll say Ender IO machines, we do need to have access to pretty much what we have and use our crafting methods to kind of work that way. And that's kind of what I would like to do up there, because I think it would match very well. Plus, a lot of Ender IO machines are, well, they're just a little bit more easily accessible and stuff like that to like automate, I guess. I don't know, maybe. I just feel it's that way. But anyways, we left off last episode with the turning table. We made our turning blank here, and I'm working towards setting this guy up. So I went ahead and made an electric kinetic generator, which just requires a iron shaft, which we've seen before. It's a block of iron, shooting mode, metal former, electric motor, RE battery, and some iron item casings. That'll get us our electric kinetic generator. I'm going to place this guy right there on the side, and I'm just going to kind of poke along back here, because I am not going to leave this guy hooked up for long. This is just something small. We don't really need him hooked up forever. Come on now. Don't mess up with me. So yeah, this is pretty much the only thing I really want it to be set up with. And tell me, does that work? Does this work? Please tell me you're working. Add motors to increase KU output. Right. I have forgot about this. It's been a while since I poked around with this. So let's grab some stuff here. Oh, and this is not all that's on the agenda today, guys. I have some other plans, and it does kind of involve setting up some more infrastructure, which we kind of do need some more resources. The advanced miner's been doing a pretty decent job, but it hasn't actually been doing an amazing job. I would actually like to get something a little bit better. I don't know. I've been kind of running into some issues with it, and I don't know. Maybe I'm just setting it up wrong, which is a complete possibility. But it's just kind of not been doing a whole lot. It doesn't run very fast. It just doesn't do a lot. It really doesn't. So I'm going to take a look at that here, and I'm going to show you guys in just a minute. Like I said, it could just be me. I could be doing something wrong. And yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and add these in here currently. We'll see what this does. Oh, nice. Look at that. And we're good to go. So I believe we also need a lathing tool. Is that what it's called? Lathing tool? Yeah, there we go. Hey, actually did something right for a change. We need a refined iron plate. Refined iron plate. And 2 iron item casings. Okay, there we go. So we'll go ahead and pop you and you like so. And if we now jump into our turning table, oh, look at that. And I believe this needs to be 4, 3, and then 2, and 2. And what this is going to do is, I believe we can just take this guy out now. And if we hold shift over it, it says 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. There's a reason why we need those specific numbers, and that's because I want to work towards making this guy right here, the advanced drill. And to make it, we're going to need the normal diamond drill from Industrial Craft, and this does require, ooh, actually, hold on, it's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I thought it was a 2, 2. Yeah, well, then that's fine, we can fix that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So we got this guy, and pretty much all we need now are some diamonds and the mining drill that we've already made. So pretty much the reason why I did make an extra drill before, and it's a really cool tool, guys. I like it. What am I doing? I'm so used to running back and forth. This is also why I moved them over here. Oh, actually, I did need to come over here. I needed the drill. But this is the reason why I did make these over here, just because I kind of got tired of moving back and forth. So there we go, guys. We have ourselves a diamond drill. These are pretty amazing. As long as you have torches in your inventory, it doesn't matter where they are. If you right click, it will go ahead and place a torch on the ground. Really nice little method there. It also breaks blocks rather quickly, and it breaks up, I believe, to obsidian, I want to say. I don't know if it actually says on there. It's been a while. It has been a while. But we can actually take this even further. There's 2 ways we can take this. We can actually take this to the iridium drill, which works very well. It has Fortune 3 built onto it, but it requires iridium reinforced plates, which require iridium. And I'm not at this point yet, and that's a lot of RF. So I'm gonna go with the advanced diamond drill here, which requires 3 overclockers and 2 advanced circuits. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue. We got plenty of overclockers because I have been making some more. We got 5 in here, and oops, there we go, and 5 in there. So yeah, let's go ahead and toss him here and there. I believe we need, what, 1 more? Yeah, we need 1 more. So which one do I want to steal it from? You. I will steal it from you, my friend. We'll toss you in there, and all we need are some advanced circuits. So we're going to need 2, 4, I think this is right. I want to say this is. I could be wrong. I was seeing if we had any chipsets over there, and then I think we need 8. trying to remember these recipes. They are a little different than the, well, are normally. So, yeah. Let's see, let's do this. And is that right? No, I remember now. That's why I came over here. I need capacitors. That's what we need for these advanced ones. There we go, advanced circuits. Sweet. Love it. And there we have it. We have ourselves an advanced diamond drill. And the amazing part of this guy, oh man, not only does he actually use power from our suit, which is a possibility and a thing that it can do, is also mine blocks very quickly, and we can also cycle through the modes. I want to say, is it G? Oh, there we go. So mine's configured to G, my mode switch. And then, so if I hold G and then right click, we have a couple different forms of modes we can run through. Obviously, low power is a little, oops, let's go ahead and go through them. So low power is basically, like it says, it's low power. It's a little bit slower than normal, and it uses less power. Next up, stop doing that. We have fine, which is, I think it breaks it a little bit slower than low power, just to make sure you don't break through blocks super fast like glass, because otherwise I think this would be like an insta break. But yeah, pretty much not too bad. Stop it! And then my favorite. This is the other reason why I wanted to make this thing. Let's go down. Let's use it. I want to show you guys. This is my favorite part. So you guys like the hammer? Well, I do love the hammer myself. Cool thing about this guy is he works pretty much just like a hammer, 3x3, except he also will mine through gravel and dirt. All the same, it is beautiful, and I love it. I love it so. So just one of the reasons why I really, really wanted this tool for the most part, and well, it does use a decent bit of power. You can see my energy level for my suit draining a bit, but when you have to run through gravel and dirt, you can see how quickly it just tears through it, and this is my favorite part. And that's just kind of been what's slowing me down a little bit here and there when I'm actually down here mining myself. So really cool tool. Plus we can also enchant it, I believe. We can add things like efficiency, and I think we can add unbreaking to it to use less power. And then we can also add like fortune or silk touch to it. So definitely going to have some upgrades to this little fella in the near future. And with this, we can actually retire a few things. We can retire our Matic, we can retire our Accursed Wind Fury, and our hammer, which I will still be using because I did apply the silk touch onto it, which required a emerald block and some silky cloth, something like that. Yeah, I think so. So just wanted to run through that real quick because that's kind of where I left off last episode. But today I got a little bit of work ahead of us. I've already done a little bit of preparation for today, thankfully. And I would actually like to get some more resources coming in for industrial craft because, well, we do need a lot of circuits. We need circuits for many, many things. A lot of stuff I do like to make requires circuits which require rubber. So I want to work on something like man, I don't even know what to do with myself. My inventory is like, my bar is like all clean and stuff. This is nuts. But I would like to work towards a forestry multi-farm. Now I'm going to actually make this a little bit different than what I'm used to making it, because back in the day I did use this method in FTB Unleashed, and it's really cool. I do like it, and it works very well with Industrial Craft 2 rubber trees. So let's go ahead and take a look here. I went ahead and prepared in the thermionic fabricator some golden electron tubes, and we are also going to need some tin electron tubes. And with that, I am going to go ahead and switch this. Also, make sure if you're going to be breaking blocks, make sure you switch it back to normal mode or fine, something of that matter. Because if you do use big holes mode, it will break through machines and other stuff. So you want to be very, very careful. Just wanted to warn you guys. Kind of threw those other blocks away. So we'll just do that for the time being. There we go. So we got our electron tubes. These are just some of the components we are going to need to actually craft everything we do need. So I'm going to grab some of these 10 gears. We'll go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and request another 2 just so that way we have them like in the system there. So let's go ahead and get started. We need a bunch of these farm blocks here, and this is going to require a lot of these 10 electron tubes. So I'm going to go ahead and request, let's say 50 pieces of 10, and let's go over to make a little bit more of these guys. We're going to need maybe, see, this only makes 1 as well. Probably going to want, I'm just going to say 15. I'm not going to make a huge farm. I'm actually going to make a rather small one because it really doesn't have to be huge. I kind of messed around with it back in the day. I remember having to use a specific size and everything. Now I think we don't really have to. So let's just go ahead and do that much. I think that'll be fine. Pick this guy up. Uh-oh. Don't you do that. It's doing the weird thing. My client's ahead of the server. And that's not good. It breaks when that happens. Did I? I think I did have 4 of me on those on me. Okay. And then next, I'm going to go ahead and request a couple stacks of stone. I went ahead and smelted a lot of that up because I have needed it for the factory blocks, which is what I've been using for the airship build currently. And we could use the chisel for this, but they're easy enough to craft, so we're just going to make some stone bricks. We're also going to need some wood. Let's see, do we have, I guess we'll just grab a stack here. Nice and easy. Toss that in there, and we'll get some slabs going. That should be more than enough slabs for what we're going to need to do here. And for the rest of these blocks, we're also going to just need these. We're just going to need these to actually craft them. So we're also going to need some copper. Thankfully, we're not doing too bad on copper currently. Grab us a nice stack there and make up a whole bunch of these farm blocks. Like I said, I'm going to start off with a small cap of just 20 for now, so I don't use too many resources. Because this farm's going to be, I want to say it's very efficient. Also, if you set it up right and well enough, and I'm probably not even going to do it right myself, but if you do, it'll just keep running if you supply it with everything it needs, and it'll just do a really, really good job. So we're going to need a few more planks. So let's go ahead and grab 6 of these guys. Bada bam, bada boom. Make ourselves a quick hatch. So we'll need the farm block here. We're going to need 2 gears on the side. This gives us our hatch. The hatch is actually for transferring items in and out of the farm. And the other one we've already made, the gearbox, is actually to provide power to the farm. Farm valve, which is going to require 10 gear and some glass. This is what we're going to need to supply the farm with liquids, basically water. So we'll go ahead and make him. And then lastly, we have the control block. This, we need the gold electron tube. We just need 1, so we do have a few extras. No big deal. Didn't mean to request that many, but that's cool. It's fine, redstone extra, no big deal. And we have our farm control now. Was there anything else? Did I miss one? We got the valve, hatch, gearbox, and control block. Yep, we got everything. And then just 16 of these guys on the side. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, and let's clean up the inventory. Don't mind the other stuff that I had in my inventory, like these 3 electric furnaces. I'm going to be jumping onto that sometime very soon in the future, probably next episode. So, actually, you know what? Give me those. I'll use those. All right, so we do need to set this up in some close proximity to A, power, and B, hopefully our network. So I'm going to grab some of these flux ducts. And it really doesn't use a ton of power, so you really don't have to worry about that too much. I was thinking about setting this up actually down here instead, because this farm is huge. Also, can't we like break the tree? Trying to remember. I think there was a chainsaw from, yeah, this guy, the advanced chainsaw. Could work on that. I really don't see a need for us to have that right now. So I do want to run through. I want to chop these trees down real quick, so we might need our Matic, or to make my life a lot easier, could just come up here and quickly make myself a lumber axe from Tinker's Construct. That would be pretty easy, except for the fact I don't have any more stencils in here made. Are they still a pain to craft? Like awkward-ish? Oh good, they're not. Seriously? Wow. Okay, those achievements must have reset at some point or something. Did I just put those back in there? I did. What a derp. Alright, we're going to need a broad axe head pattern, and I think we pretty much have everything else. We need the large plate, we need the tough rod, but we also need this guy. We need the tough binding as well. I think I'm just going to make this out of just some basic materials, because I'm not going to be using this forever. Eventually, we can upgrade it with something else, or make it out of something else if we want. You know what? And this sounds cool. Let's make it out of some sapphire to start off with. As far as the plate is concerned, we got plenty of obsidian. Let's go ham on it. Let's have some fun with that. Maybe some... What do we want to use for the handle? Do I have any netherrack? Oh, we do. Nice. Let's go ahead and request some of that. We only need 3 netherrack. And then as far as the last piece, which I'm probably going to use for the binding. What do I want to use for the binding? We could use paper, but I don't have a whole lot of paper at the moment. And you know what? I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's just make it out of something we currently already have. We'll just make it out of... Why do I hear Fred so close? We'll just make it out of some more of the sapphires here. Fred, you worry me sometimes. So I'm just going to do this real quick. It shouldn't be that hard to do. We'll do this. Sapphire broad axe. There we go. We're going to need our large plate. Gives us a little bit of reinforced. And we got our tough binding. And then lastly, our tool rod. So this is not the most efficient lumber axe. This is just something quick and easy so I can tear down these trees. I could just let the farm run, but the barrel's kind of full at the moment. So there we go. Sapphire lumber axe with stone bound and reinforced. There we go. Pro Tinkerer. That's right. And the, well, nice advantage of the lumber... Hey, guy. The lumber axe is that it should be able to chop the trees down in one fell swoop. I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, guys. I'm going to make this other farm a little smaller. And then we'll be back in just a minute to set up our forestry tree farm. Alright, guys. And we're back with a compact, well, not maybe compact, but a lot smaller tree farm. I'm going to let this little guy do its thing. Hopefully he does an alright job. I went ahead and set his fuel count to be a little bit higher than what we did last time, which was half a stack. I set it up to 48 this time just because the tree farm's a little bit smaller this time around. So yeah, I might actually expand it off this way a bit more later. So I'm just going to kind of let it run, see how well it does, if at all any good. So yeah, let's go ahead and set up our forestry rubber farm. So I'm thinking maybe off back here would be just fine. Maybe kind of like here? Yeah, right here-ish. Yeah, I think that'll be fine, like so. Maybe there we go. So we're gonna do a 3x3. This little guy is not gonna be super huge whatsoever. We're just gonna make him the size that, well, we just really need something small, which is the smallest size I believe we can make, which is a 3x3. So we're gonna do this. Actually, hold on a minute. I take that back. I think I might want to do this above ground. Let's fill this in. Got an idea. I has an idea, which means bad stuff. Good ideas are generally bad for me. So let's do this. We'll do a 3x3. Now you could put this underground if you want. I'm actually opting to put mine above ground. So I'm going to put my gearbox on that side. I'm going to put the farm control in the front. We're going to put the hatch in the back and the valve on the left side there. We also need the rest of our farm blocks here, which I think I did need a few more. Yeah. We're going to put those guys there. And then we need another, 16 plus more. Oh, should have made up a whole bunch then. Totally forgot. My brain was not right. So, all right, that's not too much of a big deal. Let's get our 10 electron tubes back out. We need 12. We're going to need some copper, which we kind of did need to come back up this way anyway, because I need to craft up a few other things that we haven't had before. We got our better barrel here ready to go. Another thing I'm going to do is make some fertilizer. I made a whole, or not made, I did go out and get a whole bunch of sand. We got a whole bunch of appetite just from mining, and we're just going to make up a ton of this stuff. So it's going to give us 8 stacks. This should last us a good while inside of our tree farm. Well, our forestry rubber farm. And I'm going to go ahead and place this in our bag so we are not hindered from its slow buff. And we'll do this and this. Do we need, I think we needed some of these guys, right? Let's see, where are those at? Farm blocks. Yeah, we needed those and our stone bricks. There we go. Wait, seriously? Oh, there they are. I was like, I didn't grab them. Are you kidding me? There we go. We got 12 more. So we are going to need some more than this. Let's go ahead and grab us a stack of 10. And while we let the 10 electron tubes do their stuff over here. Oh, look, more. Just sitting right there. So wonderful. Yeah, so I was aware of this. I was ready for that one. And I will pick that up in a minute. So we're going to let this guy run and do its stuff. In the meantime, we need another tool that requires the carpenter. So you can see we got 3 pieces of iron and a piece of bronze here. Which I want to say, I'm trying to remember how to do this. I think it was, maybe it was there and then here? No. Was it like this? No. Something like, oh, drat. Well, I tried. We need a soldering iron, which my O button does not like to work. So, oh yeah, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, get him out of the way, and that guy there, that gets us our soldering iron. We're gonna need this with a circuit board. You can use any circuit board, but I recommend using the intricate one because it will allow use for all 4 sides of your tree farm. So that's pretty much what we want. So we're gonna go ahead and finish making up a whole bunch of these guys. I hate using this much tin, but apparently I have to do it. Okay, there we go. Now we're done in this guy. Let's pick him back up and place that there for later. Make sure we clean up. Try to make things look nice again. Try. Quote unquote try. Alright, so we got our farm blocks. We got our 10 electron tubes. 16. We need a little bit more copper. Gosh, man. See, this is what I hate, using tin and copper like crazy. But we need this stuff, so there we go. We got that ready to go. Another thing we're going to grab real quick while we're up here in our thermionic fabricator before it runs out of power. We're going to take some rubber, and actually I need another piece. We're going to make some rubberized electron tube. Well, tubes, because it's going to make us 4. So we'll just toss this guy back in here, and come on, rubberized electron tube. Does it actually still just need the power? All right, let's go ahead and switch. Oop, that's my fro. Don't look at my fro. Let's go ahead and turn the power back on just in case it needs it. Do you need it? I did need power. Drat. I thought maybe it was just like warmed up or something and ready to go, but I guess it just needs power. You're so needy, thermionic fabricator. You're so needy. So now if we go ahead and place our soldering iron in our hand, we can right click and open up this interface. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this to a managed farm or a manual farm. I think we want manual farm. And we're going to place these guys here just like this. And you can see it says rubber plantation. We'll place our intricate circuit board in here. And you can see it added those electron tubes to our circuit board. Now, like I was going to say, if we had a lower tier circuit board like the basic one, or I think the refined one, you can only use like 2 sides. You couldn't use all 4 sides like we did on the intricate one. So the intricate one being a little bit better in this instance, I think. Ooh, we had a tree. Nice. Like it. It's kind of working. Come here, cart. I want to take a... Dude. Silly tree. Want to see something. Okay, fine. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Nice. It's filled up. That was kind of scary. Just a little bit. Not too much. All right, and then we are going to do this, and that should finish up. Oops. If we don't break it, give it a second. It should form. If not, I may have to raise things up 1 more block. Did I put them all on there? Up there it goes. So as soon as you see this band across here, it actually forms. You can right click on it and see its GUI here. Now, my thing is... Alright guys, and we're back. I did a little bit of setting up here for our forestry rubber farm. I went ahead and got our transfer node set up. We got our world interaction upgrade ready to go. I'm actually going to go ahead and pipe this down to the side here where our farm valve is. So let's go ahead and set this up real quick. You go right there, and then we'll feed him up just like so. So we right click on our farm block, which is formed, by the way. On the top we have our gearbox. This is actually hooked up to our wire connector that goes all the way up here, which is also connected up to our biodiesel generator. So we got plenty of power coming in. I'll try to make that all look a little bit nicer very soon. On the front, down here, we got our farm control on the front, and on the back here, I have us set up with our farm hatch. You'll notice I got a bitter barrel here hooked up with a item duct. We're actually going to go ahead and set this up with a servo of some kind. A hardened one should be just fine. We'll set that to ignore, and it should go ahead and pull it out and place that into our farm in the appropriate slot. Check that out. We got water, everything going all as planned. We have no problems on the left side, otherwise it would tell us if we did have a problem. Now, if you do want to move this, before completely breaking everything, I suggest using your soldering iron to left click on your circuit board to pull that out. Otherwise, I think it may not drop. I'm not 100% sure on it. I think in the past I destroyed it and it just broke. So another thing that I did was underneath this layer of dirt here, you'll notice I have set up some stone bricks. And these are, oops, that does not go there. That goes there. And I only have these going out 2 blocks around our center area here. And the reason only 2 is because I really don't want a huge farm. Now, the next thing is, back in the day, these things had to be a specific size in order for them to actually form and work appropriately. At least that from what I remember. But yeah, this thing is doing just fine. It'll be able to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our dirt back, just like so. And we're going to start growing ourselves some IC2 rubber trees. And it should only work on the blocks that... Oh, there's Quetzy. Moo! There we go. So it should only work with the actual blocks that are underneath the dirt. So if we go ahead and grab ourselves some rubber saplings, we'll go ahead and do a little bit of planting here. I also need access to a little bit of fertilizer, just for my own use currently. We also need to place these here, otherwise it will not work either. So we're going to use some fertilizer on our trees to help them grow a little bit faster. And what we're looking for are little resin taps where we can actually tap resin out of on the tree. And we're going to go ahead and... So we got one right there. So the nice thing is this one's okay. It's not the greatest. You can see it's gone now because the tree actually... Or not the tree, but the farm harvested it from the tree, which is awesome. This is exactly what we were wanting. This is what we're working towards. And what we're going to do is we're gonna just put a whole bunch of these guys as close as we possibly can next to each other and hope for the best. Now, used to be able to use items like the portal gun or the gravity gun, but we don't have gravity gun here, and currently the portal gun is a little bit more difficult to make than what it was before. So if we take a look here, we got the portal gun. It requires a miniature black hole. I think it's a little bit more difficult. Yeah, it is. We need pellets of RTG fuel, which is going to require some plutonium, and that's going to go through the whole process of making a MOX reactor from industrial craft. So yeah, we're definitely not at that point at the moment, so we're just going to kind of make do with what we can do at this point in juncture. Just set this up as best we can, and this should do just fine. Now, we could probably just regrow, you know, trees over certain blocks and break the other ones. As you can see, they grow pretty easily. You know, it doesn't really take them too much. We're also underground, so there's that as well. And this is the other reason, like I said, I don't really need a huge farm. If we just go ahead and place these in a 2x2 around, as soon as they replenish, you know, it should just keep going, and it should just keep doing fine. Like, we shouldn't really have too much of a problem out of this farm, needing it to be huge or anything. So I had, like, on Unleashed, when I made a farm like this, and it was actually bigger than this, and just letting it run, I had more rubber than what I needed, than I ever needed to have. So I had like some 30,000, I think, pieces of rubber. So yeah, this farm does very well. It really does. We just have to keep it supplied with the fertilizer, power, and water, which 2 of those we're doing just fine on. The fertilizer is not super renewable, but we can actually make some other renewable sources of this fertilizer. So we can go through magic bees, which I don't plan on it. We can use the apatite that we mine with sand to get a decent amount. We can also use ash. We can also make it from niter and saltpeter here with sand and dirt to get 2. So it's not horrible there either, but for the most part, the apatite version should last us a good long while and get us a large amount of rubber, hopefully. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this off, guys. You kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. Basically just planting the rubber trees, destroying all of the leaves, and hoping that we get the resin taps on these trees. If not, it's not really any way I can actually tell, I don't think, except for just growing a whole bunch of them and hoping for the best. But we also need access to the hatched to where we can also extract from the farm itself. So we'll set up another one of these systems soon enough and probably hook it up to a B-Space barrel upgrade. So that way we can just have it transfer into our system, or just have access to it from our system and leave it down here. And then that way, whenever we need more, it'll just automatically pull out of the barrel, and then once it fills up, the farm will stop and just let the resin grow. And then when it's empty, when the barrel empties out a little bit, enough for it to actually fill it up some, it'll go ahead and start farming the rubber and stuff. So looks like everything's working just fine down here, guys. It's pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and say thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any helpful tips, tricks, or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. If you guys would rate the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. And until next time, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye.